champion. We run the world.
A very good afternoon once again as we welcome you back to the Addo Bolden Stadium here in central Trinidad, where we have another interesting encounter. Tier 2 Group A, St. Lucia against St. Kitts and Nevis, an all-Caribbean encounter. Of course, our coverage today is with the kind compliments of the Trinidad and Tobago Football Association. Of course, the tournament is run under the auspices of the Caribbean Football Union, and Flow, our media partner, sending our images all around the world. And we're partnering with FIFA for the Women's Development Program that has allowed us all these officials for today.
It's not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game. Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Looking to put your brand front and center on the biggest screen in the house? That's where Flow comes in. With dozens of networks and thousands of shows, we can precisely pinpoint your customers based on interest and lifestyle all day, every day. From entertainment, sports, news, and foodies, we have them hooked. Contact one of our sales teams today. Flow, giving you a smarter and affordable way to advertise locally and regionally.
So again, as we await the arrival of the teams, here's a quick look at Tier 2 Group A. Dominica, the ones leading the charges, 3 wins from their 3 encounters for a full 9 points. The U.S. Virgin Islands, they've won 2 from 2, so they have 6 points. And St. Lucia, they have 1 win from their 3 games with 2 losses for 3 points. And St. Kitts and Nevis, their opponents today, are at the bottom of the standings, no wins from their 2 encounters, the same as Bonaire, who's just ahead of them purely on goals conceded or fewer goals conceded. So as we get ready now for this Group A encounter, as we have the national anthems from both teams, as well as the arrival onto the playing surface, St. Lucia and St. Kitts. So we're just standing by for them to come here. And again, when you look at it, these are the starting teams. Kevlin Foston in goal. Aria Andrews is their captain for St. Lucia. Sasheli Marta. Taylor Toussaint Frigis, Caleb Polias. Daria Tyson. Canavea Louis. Anna-Mae Louis. Jocelyn Neptune and Akela Sam. For St. Kitts and Nevis, Scalia Herman, Keriana Harris, Jaconia Benjamin, Kejo James, Janice Douglas, Kishore Nisbet, Jardine Bradshaw, Zion France, Zakia Smithson, Janiqua Benjamin, and Shakia Bryan. So here comes the teams onto the playing surface.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand for the playing of the national anthems of St. Lucia, followed by the national anthem of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Followed by St. Kitts and Nevis. And as the players greet each other, there's a look at the benches and the officials for today. Kenisha Prescott is the referee. Denisha Isaacs is her first assistant, and Kenisha Chesney is her second assistant. Monique Williams is the fourth official. Alex Francis is the match commissioner. Sharon O'Brien is the delegate, and Darius Dundas is the referee assessor. So those are the officials there. They're just awaiting the two captains to get the toss out of the way, and we should be on our way pretty soon. Again, neither one of these teams really in contention right now, but a win is a win, so to speak. So I'm sure they'll be hoping to at least start the winning process as quickly as possible. So again, as they get their official photos taken, I'm sure they'll be keen to get on with the business. Felix St. Rose is the coach of the St. Lucia team. And Earl Jones is the coach of the St. Kitts and Nevis outfit. They're in red today. And of course St. Lucia in their yellow tops with their black trousers and the blue sleeves. The colors on their national flag. It's the little blue with the yellow and the black. So this is just a variation of that. So they're just getting ready. They're moments away now from the actual start of proceedings. And they really need wins. St. Kitts and Nevis at the bottom of the group. And St. Lucia in third place, but some ways behind. But so a win here today would serve them in good stead. Remember, the first aim is to try to get into the playoffs, and then you never know what could give from there. So we're just moments away now from the kickoff in this encounter. The second game of our doubleheader already. We've seen the British Virgin Islands get a big win over Barbados. 2-1 was the final there. Will we get more goals from this one? St. Lucia and St. Kitts, an all Caribbean affair. Neighbors, really. So there is the whistle to send us on our way. Kanisha Prescott in charge. And immediately the ball is handed right back to St. Kitts and Nevis. The key, of course, is to try to settle quickly and see if we could put pressure on your opponents. Too tight at the moment, and as a result, the ball will change hands quite a bit. And they'll do it again, and the way she ran up just now to throw that one. Almost raised that back foot before releasing the ball, but the referee allowed it to go, and on the move again. St. Lucia, of course, a country that has a pretty good footballing pedigree, especially among their men, and some outstanding names, especially those who ply their trade here in Trinidad and Tobago in the pro and semi-pro leagues over the years, have done very well for themselves. And in fact, St. Lucia could probably pick an entire team if you put all the names together of players who would have starred here in Trinidad and Tobago coming from St. Lucia. But of course, two of the names that I suppose will always be remembered would be Stuart Charles Frevier, and as a player and coach, and of course Earl Jar, who has also played his trade in Europe. Now here's a chance for the St. Kitts and Nevis. They're putting pressure on St. Lucia, just not able to really get a shot off, but they're not out of the woods yet, St. Lucia. This is better, not just releasing the ball, but good anticipation, and she's still going. That's a great ball. Now, is she onside or is she offside? And the referee's assistant flag stayed down. But they will battle it out. Jones playing up there, trying her best to keep everything in front. And that's dangerous, but she got away with it. But they still haven't really been able to do much with it. The referee though spotted an infringement. Ball is taken down and trying to turn with it, and but still no real space in just yet. Both teams just slugging it out. And no pressure, so she had 2 bites of the cherry there to get it. She allowed it to bounce, and then eventually got it upfield. So taking them a while to settle into some kind of a rhythm here, some kind of a groove. And that's another throw hard into the ground. St. Lucia now on the move. That's a good ball. Can the skipper free it up? That's an excellent ball played forward there by Harris. But again, excellent defense. Just taking it away and making life difficult for them, but going safety first, not really wanting to allow too much by way of a chance at goal. If the ball does go over the line, the end line, so it's going to be a corner kick to St. Kitts and Nevis. They play this one now. There's Harris with a lovely cross, headed away nicely. Another opportunity for them to get it in, and that's running at the back post, and still nobody there to finish it off. In fact, the control was just a little bit off, and they're gonna get a goal kick this time, St. Lucia, so they could breathe a little bit now. Good football again, but those passes just a little bit too strong. And that's way too strong for anybody, and easily gobbled up by goalkeeper Foston. The referee doesn't blow the whistle, so they play on. But there was clearly a handled ball, but the referee said play on. Harris with another lovely pass. This could be dangerous. And the goalkeeper goes in, and she is tripped slightly, but the referee allows play to continue. And once again, she's just kicking it out. Not a powerful kick by any means. So another quick through down that right-hand side for St. Kitts and Nevis. Ball just pinging around there. Still no real control. Harris trying her best to get it and see if she could tee up some of her teammates. And that's a handled ball because she put her hands up there, and luckily she wasn't in the area. That could easily have been a penalty, but she was just outside the area, and now Harris gets a chance to put this one home, or get it into the area, I should say. There's the ball coming in, and just a little bit of a glance there. She didn't really make ideal contact with it, but again, good opportunity there. Just not able to really redirect it on goal. See her there, just almost as if she was turning away from it, and that opportunity was lost. St. Lucia now That's an early ball, but doesn't find her teammate way over on the far side. There's the St. Kitts and Nevis bench. And not able to keep that one in, so they give it right back to St. Kitts and Nevis. A big throw coming forward there again by Benjamin. She's going to get another bite at the cherry here. Trying to go down the line. That's good football. Taking control and pass it again. And here's another opportunity to get the ball forward. And eventually it's taken away, but gobbled up nicely at the back there by Jones. Benjamin also back there doing her bit. Now a chance. Can she get the cross in? And the teammate was just there looking. And nicely positioned too. Unmarked at the back post. She would have had a free run at goal. She's waiting for the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper isn't coming. And you could see her ushering the goalkeeper, pleading with her to come and take the ball, but the goalkeeper was pinned to the line there. Javelin Foston not prepared to come off the line on that occasion. So here's an opportunity now for Harris to get this one into the danger zone. She plays it short and gets it back, gains a few meters, gets a cross in. That's brilliant, but it beats everybody. Well, what a brilliant ball that was. Nicely worked corner kick. She played it short, gained about 10 meters, and then hit a nice powerful shot across the face of the goal. Unfortunately, her teammates unable to help out. So again, we look at Benjamin, Shaniqua Benjamin with the throw-in. And the ball just played too far behind, but offsides is the call. Again, just leaving a little too early, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see the teams just settle down a little bit more. Get it again. It's a ball that's a little too strong, but the deflection keeps it going, and that's going to be a free kick. Just a little too physical on that occasion. But good defending there, getting her body between the ball and the attacker. So it meant that the attacker had to kind of go through her to get to the ball. Opportunity now for her to turn with it, looking for some movement, not finding much. Decides she's going to take on three defenders, still going, and turns away from the pressure, but they still get possession. Again, looking for some running room. That's good football. Still she turns back again. Nobody gets in position. It takes a deflection, and it the goalkeeper should come and take it. And there's a penalty. The ball, she slipped and she stepped on the ball. The goalkeeper really should have come and taken that one. The ball literally stopped in the area, but the defender went. She got her body in front of. Look at the ball. The ball actually died. The goalkeeper was coming, but the defender called for it. She slipped, fell on the ball, and that, as they say, was that. So it's going to be a penalty here now for St. Lucia in the 14th minute. And a good opportunity for St. Lucia. Can they put this one away? And Herman in goal. Can she deny her? And she puts it away. Scores brilliantly to make it 1-0 in favor of St. Lucia. And it's Kayla Polias who gives them the lead. She's really one of the linchpins for this team. Took it well and placed it powerfully away from the goalkeeper. So even though she moved in that direction, didn't have a chance. So St. Lucia 1, St. Kitts and Nevis 0. Although it has to be said, this has come slightly against the run of play. And now another chance here. Now St. Lucia living dangerously at the back. Harris fighting to get back there. But Benjamin coming across and taking it off the field. So again, St. Lucia with the lead. And you could see St. Kitts and Nevis, the coach, very animated right now. He's not happy at all. That's a gift they gave to St. Lucia there. Another ball played inside, but again trying to play it wide down that right hand side, and there's Polias again doing very well together with Toussaint. And they try to combine and they manage a throw in. Polias, the goal scorer, trying to get back in tight, but now there's a challenge for them. But covering the ground quickly there is Andrew. And just not handling it very well, Tyson, but she gets away with it. And see where she was going with that one, but she had to get some elevation. Benjamin does well. Still they're battling for it there, Brian. And still going at the other end now, but just doing enough. St. Kitts and Nevis, is she coming from an offside position, trying to get back onside. And once she plays that ball early, so although St. Lucia has the lead, the coach obviously would like to see them do a little bit better. Again, they give it away, but can St. Kitts and Nevis take advantage? Chance here for them. Polias does well, turning, looking for support. Not much, but she plays a lovely little ball inside there, and this could be another chance for the goal, and she scores. Yes, goal number 2 in the 19th minute. So a lovely little finish there. She just got past the defender, and Marta finishes in style. What a finish that is. Sashale Marta. To make it 2-0 now. We haven't played 20 minutes, but now they'll get a breather. And St. Lucia literally got 2 chances and scored them both. And that's the way the coach is saying that's how you do it. And Kelia Polias with the penalty. And of course, Sashali Marta with the second goal. So things looking good for St. Lucia at the moment. They do have their issues though. The goalkeeper is very hesitant. And the coach is still pleading his case there about that handle ball for the penalty. It was inadvertent, yes. Did she touch the ball? Yes. And so does he have a case? Well, not so, yes. But the thing is, the goalkeeper really should have come and claimed the ball. That's what goalkeepers do. They don't. Now look at it again. She was there. She should have just kept coming, take the ball away. But instead, she left it for her teammate. And you could see their hands go up as if to say, what have you done? So the players have been refreshed a little bit, and the referee is about to get them started once again. So St. Kitts and Nevis with some sorting out to do at the back. St. Lucia, meanwhile, hoping to just continue to create opportunities and to take those opportunities. Here's Benjamin quickly now. Gets it, and Tuse again. Could she keep it in? Just doing enough. So 2 goals. To St. Lucia. And that's a lovely little ball played in there, still battling for it. And this time it's going to go behind, so it's going to be a goal kick. But you could see the enthusiasm now, and that's that little extra pep in the step for St. Lucia. Those 2 goals have really brought them to life here. Short ball played short, that's dangerous, and very dangerous. And in fact, the referee almost blew the whistle because she was almost using her hands to ward off her opponent. Another ball played down there, but this is going to be a bit of a foot race. And in the end, they will get the free kick. Trying her best to. Douglas is up there. Can they get something going towards goal? That's always the danger for them. And here they come again, trying it to Nisbet. It was her handle ball that gave them the penalty. And I'm sure she'll want to make amends here quickly. Now a free kick spotted there. And the referee says we're going the other way. So 23 minutes gone so far in this encounter. 2 goals to nothing in favor of St. Lucia. And they need a win here to keep their hopes alive. Here's another opportunity here. This could be dangerous. And yes, this should be another goal. Yes, it is. Wow, wow, wow. The free kick came into the area. Nobody seemed to be able to handle it. And it's that lady again, Polias, with her second in the 24th minute. Kalia Polias kept running. The ball somehow kept eluding the defenders. And in the 24th minute, it is 3-0 now to St. Lucia. So St. Kitts and Nevis really rocked here now. And they have to dig really deep to get themselves back in play. Here is Folias, does very well, goes one way then the next. Can she get the cross in? And just blocked out there in the end, and you could just see Bradshaw waiting for it to get to her, but it never did. Trying to get it down to the side. Can she keep it in? Yes, she can. And they have to be so wary of this young lady. She's on the move again, looking to cross it. Nobody there just yet. And they're appealing for a penalty, but none given. So they have to try and win it back. Too straight. And that's going to be coming back in, right back in the frame. That's good football again. When is the cross coming? Is there going to be a shot? This one comes across, and it's left for Polias. Now she picks it up and gets it back in the middle. Another opportunity, but nobody home. She should have played that to the back post. Here is the skipper doing very well, looking for a shot, and it actually falls there, but not controlled very well in the end. But again, somehow it found her. And at the other end here is the skipper trying her best. Harris battling away, goes past one, plays a lovely little ball inside, and but again they can't close it down, Jones. So they've won a free kick. St. Lucia leading 3-0. We'll have to defend this because Harris, I'm sure, is gonna try her luck here if she could get it on frame and test Foston in goal for St. Lucia. 26 minutes gone, in it goes, but headed out, and good defending there. Once again, she puts it back inside, but none of the red shirts are attacking the ball. They're all just waiting for it to come down, and it never does. Maybe now they'll get an opportunity. Trying to turn, and nothing doing. Again, coming away with it, St. Lucia now. And they want a throw in, but good football all the same, showing good patience. Bradshaw. It is St. Lucia's throw. So 3 goals already in this first half. We had 3 in the entire game. In fact, we had 2. We had all 3 in the first half. One of them suspected own goal, but they'll give it to the goal scorer, Shelton. She continues to carve out chances. But here St. Lucia still enjoying the better of the exchanges. Can they get it back? And again, they're doing damage with it. Polias, very skillful. And trying her best to get that one over the top, but Nesbitt is in the way. Or Nisbet, I should say. Throw taken and looking to continue her run, doing very well. Still trying to knife away in there, but loses the handle on it. She gets it back though. Opportunity here to play the ball into space. Too straight. Way too straight there. There's no way her teammate was going to corral that one. And here's the bouncing ball that could cause all the problems. Harris is on her way. Can she get past the last defender? She's drifting wide, but she cannot get there ahead of Andrew. Andrew plays a nice little ball inside, but the two players left it. And now they couldn't get to it in time. Played away at the back quickly by Smitten. St. Lucia just holding tough though. So 3-0 so far in this first half for St. Lucia. And of course a double for Polias. Kayla Polias, very talented young lady. Here is the big throw from Benjamin. She'll have to do it again though. Throw it in and headed away. That's good football right there. Still battling for it. Benjamin though is gonna get a boot on it first. And it remains St. Lucia's ball. So 30 minutes gone. St. Lucia really enjoying themselves here. Opportunities now for St. Lucia to bring the ball out, something they haven't done much of, but this is so much better. And but right there it's breaking down. But that's lovely. Gets it right in the middle of the park, right in this center circle. Problems for them. They just haven't sorted out their issues at the back, and Nisbet can't get there. That's another good ball, and an opportunity now for St. Kitts and Nevis. They're trying their best here, and the ball just not. They need to get it to their skipper more than anything else. But right now, it is Toussaint trying to feed Polias. Polias takes it away, and then she's upended, but the referee doesn't see it. In fact, she was blowing for the infringement. The referee's assistant was waving for the infringement. So it should be a free kick. So 32 minutes gone. And another free kick to St. Lucia. They lead by 3-0. And once again, it's the skipper, Aria Andrews, who is going to put this one in. And they're saying down the line. Now here is Polias. Can she get the cross in? That's not bad, but it's too close to goalkeeper Herman. And once again, doing good work at the back. St. Lucia still able to bring it forward. And now they're trying to get something. Smithman plays a lovely ball forward. And the two skippers trying to collide there. But quickly to it is Andrews. And again, getting it upfield, but only as far as Benjamin. And they're off to the races. just a little too tight there. Polius unable to keep it in. So here she comes again. If they don't mark her, she could go. That's a good ball. Now it's a foot race. But this time just a little too close to the goalkeeper. You could see the intention there because she's trying to get her teammate going down that left-hand side. And the spin is going to bring it back to Polius. Now she could run with it. Or she could pass it. And now she's trying to play it in. But I don't think her teammates sometimes understand what she's trying to do with the ball. Because she just seems to be light years ahead of them in terms of her vision and her skill level and everything else. But she just seems a cut above the rest. Herself and her captain at the back area, Andrew, and they are like head and shoulders above everybody else on the pitch, probably with the exception of her opposite number, Karana Harris, on the captain for St. Kitts and Nevis. Now another opportunity here for them to finally get the ball into the up position. Hit hard, and is it going towards goal? And no, it's taken away quickly. Trying to get Polius freed up there. That's a good ball. Now she's able to run. Can she run at the defense? She's looking to pass it, but the teammate still hasn't read it all that much. However, they're still giving her a chance there. Still has a chance. And now it's been taken away from them. But I think Polius has to understand sometimes she could take the ball herself. And it wouldn't be as if she was being selfish. She's just doing what is in the best interest of her team. Another opportunity for them to take it away. And is she offside? She might be looking in an offside. And Polius loses her footing just as she was about to take the shot. Toussaint trying to get in there, does well. And it stays in the St. Kitts and Nevis half. But now they're getting a chance to come away with it. Battling hard for it is France, but she can't get the handle on it. That's a good ball played inside. And another one. And she's off to the races. This could be interesting here. Can she get the shot? She's going. Still no shot. But it should be a corner kick, or is it a goal kick, says the referee. But again, good defending on that occasion. Nisbet, who slipped and fell this time, she was very alert and took the ball away. So 35 minutes completed. We're into added on time now. Ball played short. Now here is the ball out. And again, they don't control it very well. It's been left to bounce all around there. And Polius is just looking. They have to be so careful when she's close to the ball. Here's Nisbet. And that's a big tug there. And that's more frustration more than anything else. And she could get a yellow card. And but the referee is very lenient. And I think the referee understands that part of this is the disappointment of having conceded that penalty. But it's still no reason to lash out like that. Here's a ball inside, and you can see Polius trying to spin and get it in. She might still get it though. As they pick it up in the middle of Bradshaw, looking to help out. Toussaint is with her. And Bradshaw holds on to it, but it doesn't matter. The referee has blown the whistle to end the first half of this encounter. An interesting first half. St. Kitts and Nevis pressing. And then St. Lucia the ones scoring the goals. A penalty, a gift really, put away by Polius in the 14th. Then, of course, Marta with a beauty in the 19th, and then Polius again in the 24th. 3-0 at the half. St. Lucia over St. Kitts. That's the latest out here at the Addo Bolden Stadium.
Ready now. Ready now. Ready now. Who kick it down? Who lift the tree? Caribbean girls, they never give up. Kick it like a champion, girl, rise up. From the sunshine shows we light it up. The dreams in our hearts and strength in our souls. We kick it like a champion, we run the world.
It's simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game. Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Protection that moves to your beat. Protect your home with Armor Security. With 24/7 monitoring, instant alerts, motion sensors, and rapid response, you and your loved ones stay protected day and night. Sign up for the Protector or Commander package today and get a free security camera and installation. Armor Security, powered by Flow, in partnership with All Pro Security. We keep your rhythm flowing. Visit us in-store or online at discoverflow.co for more details.
Second half action in this encounter. St. Lucia 3-0 up on St. Kitts. Remember, our coverage is with the compliments of the TTFA, the CFU, and Flow in partnership with FIFA. And together, they're making it possible for us to bring you these matches here. The FIFA with their development program. And now we see St. Kitts and Nevis trying to inject some life into their attack. As they desperately need to see some kind of movement, and hopefully they'll be able to take advantage of that. Charles is on. And also getting the nod here is Erica Isaac. So can St. Kitts and Nevis get something going here that will get them back in the game? They need to get one goal. I think that's where it starts for them. Get a goal, and then, as I say, work from there. Benjamin again seems to be doing most of the work down that left-hand side. So as they come again, back and forth it goes, and this one is in the air, and now St. Lucia trying to get on the end of that one. Polius again, but the flag goes up. This time probably just a little too anxious. But good work on the part of the St. Lucian defenders. They're just trying to get the ball into that danger zone. They're not wasting any time with it. Now, just coming on here now and making about Charles. Can she get something going? But it's just not her day as the ball just bounces away from her. Goes out for a throw into St. Lucia. They continue to lead by 3-0. Charles again. Coming away now, St. Lucia. Can they get it up to their main players? That's lovely football there. Just a good defensive stop again from Benjamin, and she might just have drifted offside too, sir. But eventually they get it forward, and another opportunity now for St. Kitts and Nevis to get the ball downfield, but they're having a tough time doing so. And Isaac, who's just come on, Charles rather, who's just come on there now, looking sprightly, trying to hold up play, looking for some options, not finding any. Now her teammates will have to kind of work to her rhythm. She's just going to kick the ball. She will try to control it and pass it. And it's just a question of, can they understand that with her? Ball kept in play by Trim, or by Tyson rather, and eventually it's played out by Andrew, but she will take the throw, or no, she'll leave it for Tyson. Three goals to nothing, separating the two teams here. St. Lucia on top. 3 goals in the first half. Can they tack on some more in the second half with Polias on the field? There's always a possibility. And that one ricochets slightly there off of Bradshaw and goes out for a throw-in. Bradshaw is also growing in confidence, seeing a little bit more of the ball, likes to play up with the ball. And now this could be danger here for St. Kitts and Nevis. Polias just a little too small. She's still harassing them down at the back there. She's not giving up on them. Martha having to work extremely hard to deny her. Or rather, Benjamin having to work extremely hard, I should say, to keep her at bay, because she's very, very skillful. Another one played forward, goalkeeper. Shouldn't have any problems with that at all. Now here is Charles, the substitute. Full of running, still going. Can she get the ball in, though? That's the challenge for her. And she runs it straight off the end line, straight over that end line. So it's part of the problems for, because not many of them can use their left legs as competently as they do the right. So invariably they take an inordinately long time and several touches to get the ball up. Ball played inside. St. Lucia again on the march. Polias is trying to get there, and again being muscled off the ball, and that's going to be a free kick. So creating a real nuisance there and forcing the free kick. And immediately she spots it and starts to mark out a run. Does she have the legs to hit pay dirt from that distance? But anyhow, if she gets it on frame, you never know. So let's see if she can really put this one home. So here's a shot, and it bounces up, and it goes in. Well. Again, Polias does the business there. The shot not handled very well by the goalkeeper. And she bobbled it. So in the 43rd minute of play, she has a hat-trick. Kalia Polias. And she makes it 4-0 now with that shot. Again, the goalkeeper was in behind it, but she got a hand state, and it just kind of brushed through her hands, and it went up, but then it dropped back down in the goal. Now the referee wants to have a word. Obviously telling the players to, even though you might be leading, there's no reason to sort of rub it in the faces of your opponents. Charles again doing well. But here comes Andrews now. Gets this one away. Polias does very well. Gets it to Benjamin. Benjamin, no, here's Polius rather. Benjamin gets it to her. She's trying to play this one through. She's on her move again, and she goes right down Main Street, still battling. Can she get it before it goes in? And taking no chances at all. And just the threat of that young lady there forces the defense to have to just get it out of harm's way. And Smitten not taking any chances again, coming under real pressure. And that's another lovely turn. Here goes Polius again on her right foot. Does she get the and just as she was about to shoot the ball, she fell down. And it might still fall for her though. And still battling for it. And now she gets a chance to shoot. And it's taken away from her. But she's so sprightly and energetic. She's there fighting to win it back as well. But give her credit. She scored the opening penalty in the 14th. She scored the third goal in the 24th. And now she scored the fourth in the 43rd. She plays up one now. This could be interesting here as well. Can they get somebody in there to finish it off? Toussaint was trying to get there. And now she gets a chance. Can they get it back? Yes, they still get it back to her. She's still onside. Charles does well as she knifes away into the open speed, coming onto that left foot, but that's where the problem is. It's almost like she cannot turn the corner because she cannot play with that left foot. Although she's going down the left side, she will have to stop it and put it back onto the right foot to get the cross in. And the defenders are doing well to deny her that option. Lovely ball play down here. They get it again. They get it to Polius. She's fairly deep. And so now she looks up, probably trying to run with it, taking on players every which way. And just as she gives it up, it's broken up. And just giving it to Charles. And she was in an offside position. Looking behind the defense. Andrews plays a nice ball, and look who is running towards goal. Polius, she's on her way. Can she get the shot off? Hits her left foot up just wide. So it doesn't matter, left foot, right foot. She is certainly firing on all cylinders right now, creating real problems for the St. Kitts and Nevis defense. It's like they don't have an answer for her, and they just don't seem to know where she is on the field. And that's part of the problem, because she's getting the ball almost without any obstacles at all. Charles again trying to get there. Ball's played down, and they may get it back. Another one played into the space there. Everything is kind of speeding up now. Here is Bradshaw. So still 4 goals to nothing. St. Lucia cruising right now, but St. Kitts and Nevis every so often they produce something that kind of makes you wonder where it has been all along, and but it's so kind of distant between when they will show their brilliance that they're not threatening the St. Lucia defense all that much. France trying to go down that right hand side, does well. Goes to a scamper. Can she get the cross in? I think that's what her teammates want, but she's holding on to the ball too long now, and it's just for her to get the cross in. And but once she started to gallop, she needed to pick her head up and see that she was just going in a straight line, and her teammates were queuing up in the middle of the park. Andrew does well. She's going to run with it, plays a straight ball, but and it's a little bit behind everybody. She's got it back though, and we'll try to keep it upfield. Nesbitt is there. She does well. Charles, since she's come on as a sub, she's given them a new lease on life. Speaking of new lease on life, this is dangerous, and if they could keep letting her turn and swivel and do all her little tricks. And here she goes with the return ball. That's a brilliant ball on her way. Opportunity here, and they just crashed the party. And she goes tumbling over. And does it stay in? I won't. But again, good opportunities there for them. And St. Lucia really just every so often they just spring to life, and it's all being engineered by Kelia Poulias. And again, the referee is having a little discussion here, and it looks like she is speaking to Tyson and Charles, tangling down that, down the St. Lucia right, which is St. Kitts and Nevis left. Ball thrown in again, but can they get it out of the danger zone? Not just yet. A little bit of head tennis. Nice little flick there, and still going, and that's a heavy collision there. She stays down, and the referee just keeping an eye on it, and she just seems to be back on her feet now. But that was another heavy tackle. St. Lucia will take that corner kick now, so they are just beginning to tighten the screws here on St. Kitts and Nevis, not giving them much by way of opportunities. It's like the defense has really locked off their passage towards goal, and everything is happening down at this end in the second half. 4-0. Can this be 5? Chipped in the area. The goalkeeper is coming and still can't get the handle on it, but then had to scramble it. She did well in the end. Oh, that's a good kick, and actually dropped in the opponent's half of the field. You don't see that too often. And she did well, and again St. Lucia just finding ways, and that's a heavy challenge there. But the referee said play on. Here goes Charles, but again she's going where she's not. This is not her strength. This is probably better for her on her right foot, but she can't get it into the danger zone. Now the captain, can she get something going? Harris plays a nice little ball in and sets up something for them, but again just a careless play in. France not able to really take advantage, and so they will get a refreshment break now as the players get a chance to discuss strategy among themselves. So 4 goals to nothing, and plenty of discussion. Of course, the St. Lucia camp would be the happier of the two. St. Kitts and Nevis really haven't been able to match the intensity of the St. Lucian players, especially that back line that the St. Lucians have. They are very rigid at the back, sturdy, probably not as technically competent as, say, their captain is, Andrews. The back for St. Lucia is very, very good. For St. Kitts and Nevis, it's really just a lot of effort. And that effort is what has kind of kept them from conceding a lot more. But it's already 4, and they're running out of time. So they have just about 15 minutes to get cracking here. So Benjamin is off. And Glasgow comes on. We're in the number 3. And also coming on is the number 15, Meku. And it looks like Brian is the one coming on, Shaniqual Brian. Just as St. Lucia look, just as St. Kitts and Nevis rather look promising, the St. Lucian defense able to snuff it out. Here she goes again, really turning, twisting her way. 3-4 defenders around her, and she's able to at least get a pass off, and it's almost like she's toying with the defense right now. As they close her down, she just finds a way to release pressure. So here is Polius now. She gets ready to take this one. Kayla Polius. On the move again, taking her time, knifing her way into the area. Just as she was about to enter the area, the infringement came. So it's going to be a free kick. And she's getting ready to take it. And there are just about 5 yellow shirts in the area. She going straight to goal, and it's cleared away nicely in the end. But she was probably trying to hit that one low down. So Neptune comes off. And Tuse comes off as well. And they're going to be replaced by McDonald. That's Chastity McDonald. And also coming on is Trudy Joseph. Here she goes again, really just doing what she wants with the defense, causing all sorts of problems. Kayla Polius, really one of the stars of this tournament. She's just so small. That's probably the biggest drawback that she had, but it doesn't bother her the least. She's still creating opportunities for herself and her teammates. Harris now trying to get in there, but certainly creating problems, can't get it out. Pulias now realizes that there is pressure and that they're just waiting to try to track her down and deny her at every turn. That's good football. Very well played. Now a chance here. Can they get something going? She's trying to play it back inside, but again, St. Lucia doing very well. France was trying to turn and maybe feed somebody on the inside. Never got there. So can Bradshaw now pick out a teammate to throw this one to? They all seem so far from her, like nobody wants to come for the ball. And she gets it there, France. Can she get a hold of it? Tries to swing it in, and it skims off the outside of her boot. So it's all gone wrong for St. Kitts and Nevis. They just haven't been able to consistently put pressure on the St. Lucian defense. And as a result, the magic of Pulias is looming large. Here's a chance here now, but again, just that touch to bring it onto the right foot takes it away from her, takes the chance away from her. Another opportunity here for them again. Benjamin trying to get it off quickly, or Bradshaw rather, trying to get it off. She gets it back, but again, she gets a second bite, maybe a third bite, and still going. And now she got another through, so she'll have to do it again. Jordan A. Bradshaw trying hard. Still going. Can she get a good cross in now? And she will get a corner kick all the same. Probably not the best cross. And again, they needed some windage and elevation. That's what the great John Wayne said when referencing height and distance. So here's a chance now for Harris. Plays it short, goes back for it. Now again, the ball played in, not the best of balls. Andrew doing well. And Nesbitt cannot get it. Here's a chance to get this one in the area. Played away though, but not very far. And here's a possibility, but again, good connection there on defense to get it out of harm's way without too much pressure. And St. Lucia can take their time here now because it's their throw, and they have everybody back on defense in their own half. And so now they could just take their time and then get their players going forward a little bit. With everything being done now at a walking pace as the heat really starts to take its toll. But here comes St. Lucia again, just a little too anxious to get that one going forward. And really, they've been able to run the St. Kitts and Nevis defense ragged at times, especially the skill of Pulias. And trying to be unselfish and play it back. And they get another bite of the cherry now. Can they find Pulias? This might actually work. Thinks for a moment about the shot, maybe trying to give it up to Sam. Goes down, and Sam though is still fighting to cut the angle to win it back. To her credit, she did very well, and Pulias comes back and gets it. Can he get a ball inside? He does very well. It may run there to the back post, but nobody there to take advantage of it. That's the irony and possibly the impossibility is for her to pass it and then be at the receiving end as well. So she's going to have to pass to herself to try to score more goals. which is a virtual impossibility. However, they're not done yet. St. Lucia on the charge again. And just for the moment, they give it up. But look at where they give it up. Here's a shot going towards goal. And they may still get it back. And they do, in fact, get it back. Here is Polius now. And looking to hit it from distance. France. Quick. Going down that right-hand side. Can she get the cross in? She cuts inside. Still going. But Andrew recovers nicely. Takes it away, and she might still keep it in play. Well, it seems as if St. Kitts and Nevis gave up on the play, but not Andrews. She kept running and stopped the ball herself, or kept it in play, and denied them that opportunity there. So 65 minutes gone. So just 5 minutes of regulation left. St. Kitts and Nevis came closest there a short while ago, but again, France knifing her way into the area. Just no finish to be found. And of course, Andrews recovered nicely to take it away from her. So again, 4 goals, 3 in the first half, 1 in the second half. That will do St. Lucia just fine. And St. Kitts and Nevis, that's a foul throw, but the referee is allowing play to continue. Polius inside, and just a little too close to the defender, but she was looking to run onto this one. Now here's a chance, going hard at it, and not able to get there. Bradshaw was bearing down on goal there. You could see them trying to get it, hoping to get it to Polius, but not able to go. So Bradshaw again, can she get the cross in? And just that extra touch, that touch just takes it away from her. The intention has to be to get the cross in, Harris, but she's coming from an offside position to onside, and that is what is the frustrating thing for her, because she cannot do both. You cannot be offside and then back onside without the ball being touched first by somebody else. Nice little ball played inside, and Polius trying to turn, thinking about it, looking to run with it now. Still going. That's a nice little ball, but offside, says the referee's assistant. Sam, though, was looking to scamper away. She might have just been level, but again, you could just see the brilliance and the brilliant mind of Kayla Polius. So we're in the 68th minute of play, so just 2 minutes and maybe another 2 minutes of added on time. And right now the field is 3/4 covered in the shadows, the shadows from the main stand here at the Bolden Stadium. So the conditions will be a little bit friendlier to the players, but they're the ones running up and down, so it's probably still very demanding on them, but I'm sure they'll take the shaded areas better. And so just taking their time here. They're not hustling, which is good, sensible football. And now a chance for them to take it down. Polius can't take it down, but she may still get a chance, though. Her teammates are fighting hard. And that is going to be a throw-in to St. Kitts and Nevis. The team in red really haven't really tested their goalkeeper in any significant way. Goalkeeper Faustin has been relatively quiet, particularly in the second half. I'm not sure she even had a chance to touch the ball much, or had to make a save, even to come out and collect the ball. It has been that dominant, and that's another foul throw that the referee has allowed to go. Because once they pick up that back foot, so it's just 2 minutes of added on time. I think the referee thought that there might have been another substitution, but I don't think the player is ready to be subbed on just yet. So St. Lucia continues to grind away here with their 4-goal cushion. Chance here, opportunity to run with it, and they give it away. St. Lucia on the march once more. Bradshaw trying to get it, but they will keep possession, and that's another free kick. So somebody will have to get it over, and I think Polius is asking Andrews, come and take that one. She wants to be at the end of this one. Hopefully she could get a header on or shut off something and maybe make it 5 before it's all said and done. So it's 4-0 right now. Here is the cross into the area. It goes, and the header, and it goes in. Wow. Goal number 5 to St. Lucia. Really, it was aimed at Polius. The defender got there, might have gotten a touch. In fact, I'm sure the defender got a touch. And but Andrews is going to claim it. So in the 70th minute, Aria Andrews celebrates. And we see some more changes. Sam comes off. And she has had a tough day, Sam. But I'm sure she'll be happy that her team got the win, and that's all that really matters to her. And just coming on there and getting her foot, almost getting her foot caught in the fire there is Joelle George. Here's George again. Oop, just a little too strong. And also coming on to see some action is Lacey Popo. Opportunity now, cuts inside, still going, but loses the handle on it. And it's back with St. Lucia once again. And we have a player down once more in the middle of the park. And the referee immediately stops play. And Louis, Ananame Louis, one of the 2 Louis on the field. Vanivia Louis is on the other side. So we just have a slight delay here, but this is pretty much a foregone conclusion. It's 5-0 with just the final rights, if you know what I mean, to be executed here. No real debate as to this one, and just to see how this result might impact the standings. St. Lucia will go to 6 points, but it depends on USVI, and USVI, they have a game in hand. So here is the final whistle. Dominica, though, are perfect with 9 points. So, but it just makes the battle for second place very interesting. So at the end of it all, St. Lucia celebrate 5 goals to nothing. 5-0 the final score.
Number 11, Kayla Polias.
So Kayla Polias is the player of the game. No surprise there at all. So St. Lucia celebrate a big win, 5-0 over St. Kitts and Nevis. So let's look at some of the highlights. And this was early on. Nice ball inside, but again, they couldn't get the touch on it there. France missing out. And they came again, another opportunity, and it eluded everybody. And it went past them, but at the other end, this was the big mistake. Early o'clock, and she just fell on the ball, and basically, well, she almost dribbled the ball, and the penalty was put away with a plum by Kayla Polias. That was the first of 4 goals on the day for her, first of 3 rather, on the day for her. And they came again, and they scored again. So a nice little finish there by Shashile Marta. And once again, you cannot give her that much time in front of goal. She's going to hurt you every time. And she made it 3-0 at the interval. Polias. And then another one completed their brilliant free kick again. And to make it 4-0 at that stage. Good applause all around. They eventually ran off 5-0 winners in this encounter with the last goal. Polias scored again in the 43rd, and then it was Aria Andrews in time added on, completing a 5-0 victory to St. Lucia. Well, we're chatting here with the player of the game again, Kayla Polias. Congratulations. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Happy for my teammates.
Yeah. And but this one puts you on 6 points. You may not be able to get out of the group, but you never know what can happen that way. But I see you all celebrating this win. Why?
We worked hard for it. Our coach, he made us train very hard, and we needed to win.
Yeah, well, that's good. But how you feel? You keep scoring goals. You look like the best player on the field every time we see you on the field. Where you got all this ability from?
My brother. He took me to training every day.
And it's paying off now.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations. You must be very proud.
Yes.
Okay, well, good. Today have it there. Kayla Polias, the player of the game, and certainly the one to watch in terms of the stars of women's football in the region. A big victory to St. Lucia, 5 goals to nothing, and Polias, of course, scoring 3 of them, so another hat-trick for her today. So that's the situation here. Tomorrow is another big day, so we hope you can join us for that as we continue to make our way through this tournament. That better be St. Lucia's final group game, so that's hence the reason why they're so celebrant this evening. So look forward to your company again come tomorrow, if memory serves me right. I think we're here from 10 o'clock in the morning. So we have 4 games scheduled for tomorrow. So we hope you could join us for that right here at the Atto Bolden Stadium. Once again, we want to thank our sponsors for making it possible. We talk about the Football Association of Trinidad and Tobago, the TTFA, the CFU, the Caribbean Football Union, under whose auspices this tournament is actually taking place. Flow, our media partner, who again beamed our signals throughout the world so people all over the world can watch and witness exactly what we're seeing here. And of course, FIFA with their assistance and their development program for our officials, making it all come together as one solid package. So that's the situation here. 5 goals to nothing. A big victory for St. Lucia over St. Kitts and Nevis.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it. Because football is life.
Because we know firsthand the power of football can positively change lives.
Because there's nothing else we'd rather do. Because our hearts beat football.
Because there's nothing quite like representing your country.
For the love of the game. Por el amor.
Pour l'amour.
I'd leave the war.
For the love of the beautiful game.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Champion, we run the world. We run the world.
Not simply about how many games you win, but more about how many lives you touch. This is why we do it.